Hey junkies, Bob here from AFJ. Thought we would try something a little bit different today. Apparently on Instagram you can now do very long videos, so we're going to try this. And as you can tell, what's up, Los Ingobernarbles? Can't quite say all of that, so I'm really sorry about that. We thought we would do a video review of Chirrut here from, what's up, Robonite? Thought we'd do a video review here of Chirrut, the highly sought after and coveted Five Below unofficial exclusive. As you can see here on the tag, got him at Five Below real recently. These figures were going for about $60. Not until too long ago, and pretty much knowing full well now that they've shown up at Five Below, the price has dropped, but that didn't make him any less coveted for collectors, especially Star Wars collectors, as I am. I wanted this figure several months ago, and I really wanted to see what was going on, with the quality of the figure. He obviously has cloth here, and this was a cool character for me. I really enjoyed his character in the film. I would have changed a few things story-wise, but definitely Chirrut was my favorite. I do have two of these, so I figured this one should live and breathe because it does have the sticker on the package. I have a Case Fresh one that has no sticker, so I thought might as well open this bad boy up and see if he was really worth all the hype. I mean, he was selling for $60 at one point, so we're going to open him up here. I'm going to try and do this where I keep him in the frame, but there's not a lot to look at here frame-wise. As you can see, I'm using a Batman knife. Real easy there, just cut that across the top, and I can't really show you the smell test, which is a thing that we love doing here at AFJ. So the box is perfectly preserved here, just a little bit of tape that I cut, and as you can see, yes, MJ00216, I will open it, don't worry, it's already open now. I'll do a quick smell test here. 1 second. He still has a little bit of that new figure smell. However, he has probably been sitting in the warehouse for over a year, so that's probably gone. So let's pop him out of his, what I like to call the clamshell coffin. Oh, yes, he'll probably never end up going back in there again. Oh, not 100% plastic cape here. So already very happy with the figure. So what we can see is we have a cloth, like a little bit tunic here down here at the bottom. It is very layered, so we have a red and a blue with a nice blood stripe right here. However, this part is clearly, this is hard rubber. So we have great articulation here in the hands. We do even have almost like a finger trigger here, which is pretty funny actually for a blind man. But if you've seen Rogue One, he does do a lot of firing with that crazy crossbow thing that he does come with. So let's do a quick, lots of points of articulation here. I don't think he was disappointed with Rogue One. Danny Yu seems to have a pretty good career overseas. But he is a very solid figure. I do have numerous incarnations of Chirrut. I do have, he was the last one I needed, actually. I don't have him in Lego form. Hello, I'm going to wave here to a bunch of people. I do not have him in Lego form, but I have him as a pop, and I have him as a 375, which I probably should have gotten out so I could do a relation, the size-wise. But as posability goes, there he is, standing on his own. Very solid. Thank you, Stephanie, for the backdrop. It is actually something that I got on Force Friday at the Disney store. It does come with a couple of things. So let's do these weapons here. Essential to the character, we do have his staff, which is pretty cool. I do like this a lot, and I actually kind of prefer this as the weapon to have him with. And it comes in two pieces, which I did not know that it did that. So I don't even know if it did that in the movie, so you could have a nice little bow staff kind of thing. Sorry they don't have him looking at you, but the man is blind, so he wouldn't be looking at you anyway. But this was interesting. I did not know this, and most collectors who probably are inbox collectors, like our Keymaster, he never would have found that out unless you would have taken him out of the pack. So that is awesome. which also means it's one more thing to lose, which for me, that just drives me nuts. So we do have this look here. Let's see if we can get him really big time posed. I wish he came with an extra set of hands, but Black Series figures, it's few and far between. Han Solo, I believe, has some extra hands, one of the original ones. Posing him has been a little bit more difficult. Hello, everybody. Let me wave to you here as I'm doing this. It's a little hard to do. Oh, that's just awesome. So, great posability there. Let me move him up here a little bit. Actually, probably move him back. So, great posability. Really, really like this figure so far. Let's show the back off here. It's also nice that the cape, actually, the back half of the cape here, actually acts as something to stand the figure on, to help him with his balance, which is very, very cool. And kind of a step up, I actually think, for Black Series figures. The cloth cape is great. We've got lots of belts here that all kind of move with the character. And, you know, we can really show off a lot of his details here. Like, we got, like, the Boba Fett type gauntlet here. I need to open a few stormtroopers here, clearly. And then, let me see if I can open it up here. If you can hear it in the back, I'm trying to get his crazy crossbow thingy out. Which I've now promptly broke, and it's on the floor here. But as you can see, he's got this crazy crossbow thing, and I broke it. So there you go. That will never be coming out of the box again, which is a shame, really, but it broke coming out of the thing. So, yep, that's what you get when you go live. So definitely, I guess I could glue it in there, kind of holding it still. We'll take the staff out of his hand now. Yes, Stephanie, this was at Five Below. Actually found 2 more today, so if you're on the hunt for Chirrut Imwe, they are out there. Got to do a lot of digging, and digging through the figures that nobody wants. So this would have looked really cool if I wouldn't have broken it, so I'm going to take some glue here and then glue this in. And then as you can see, you can extend this out, and then you can have the blind man take pot shots at a TIE fighter, which he did in the movie. So even though it's broken, it's holding pretty good, as we can turn it here. I'll put a little glue on it and just dab it. And yeah, I blame the Ethan guy too. So this is actually kind of neat. I'll put this back in the pack. That broke off again. So biggest complaint, this was a little fragile and very tough to get out of. But now you have like a pistol version of it, if you think of it that way. Pistol. So that's cool, but this was a figure that I was thrilled to open and actually take him out of the pack because I've got a couple of stormtroopers and some hover tank troopers that I just think he would look great. And he's the kind of figure that you want to have on your desk or you want to have out so you can pose. You know, the Jedi without being the Jedi, the believer in the Force. Lord Rod 44 Comics found some yesterday. Yep. I am not selling Chirrut, Darth _2D2. I hunted for this figure for so long. To get 2 for $10 is worth it, so I can have 1 in the box and 1 to take out and take pictures of, which I'll post up in a little bit. I'll go outside and take a couple things, pictures of. This is the blood stripe right here that I'm rubbing my fingers on. It's more painted on, which makes sense because this is a nice piece of cloth. But it's clearly 2 pieces of material here, as we have the red and we have the blue. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But they're out there. I mean, you just got to keep looking. What I'm starting to notice from a lot of people who respond on our Instagram page is that the Five Belows are not everywhere, and they are becoming a harder commodity. So if you want to join our Facebook page, which is Action Figure Junkies, maybe you can find someone that has several that's willing to part with them. Even we saw some today for $15 that people were selling them for, and that's not that bad. Any idea if they'll be putting other figures on the shelf? I'd love to see the solo figures. Probably not, right? I went to my local Five Below, and all they've got were Krennic Jyn and Cassian. Darth 2D2, definitely keep checking. That means he was there. And ask the people in the back. So far, out of the 3 that we've interacted with here on AFJ, we've only had 1 that the people had the people at Five Below had no clue what we were talking about. So I had some people that went in the back and said, "Oh, I know what you're talking about," and they produced the figures for me, and they were very cool. They were case fresh, and that's the way you want it. So definitely ask. I mean, if you guys really want these figures, and the price is going to drop, so you're going to be able to pick them up. Probably maybe on the secondary market. Like I said, check our Facebook group. You might be able to get them just a little bit cheaper than what you would have 2 weeks ago. So they've really been hitting hard. We've had a discussion where we think that maybe we'll start seeing the next waves on here, which would be neat. I mean, granted, nobody really wants toys to get the discount retail, but with everything that has happened with Toys R Us, and imagine everything that's sitting in the warehouse, I think that the Lizard wave of Marvel Legends will probably start showing up. And I would expect actually for the Janna Solo wave to start showing up, and I would easily pick up another Grand Moff Tarkin if I could get them for $5. So Case Fresh is yeah, that's right, Stephanie, Case Fresh. So I don't have much else to say. I mean, he's highly posable. I think he's an awesome figure. I'm glad to actually have one open. He's got some great feet joints, the ball joints here, and he's even numbered. If you can see that, he's even numbered. So I don't know what that number means, if that's just his imprint number, how many they made. If that's how many they made, that's 63,000 of these guys floating around. As I said, this is I asked the workers at my 3 local stores, and I didn't have any others besides the ones on the shelves. I was told, Darth 2D2, that I believe Tuesday was the shipment date for mine. Just ask, and just be polite, and just be, cool about it, and say, hey, just really looking for the figure. I'm just excited, and so far, like I said, everybody that I've talked to at Five Below has been super nice. I'm near the largest mall in the country, the King of Prussia Mall, and the manager was very, very nice, and she was also an action figure collector, so she knew exactly what I was talking about. The Last Jedi wave would be great to see those show up, and furthermore, would just really like to see some of these figures. I mean, I would even buy another Constable Zuvio at $5. And to tell you the truth, I can never believe that Zuvio didn't actually show up at the Five Below. So here we go. Just quick little rundown again. Yep, there you go. Darth 2D2, keep coming back. I've been out 7 times. 2 times did not find him. That was the first day in the first store, and then I went to another store a day later, and I just missed him by moments. And then I hit another one in a rainstorm, and there they were. So I had to get him double bagged to walk him out of there. And that's where I bought this guy, because I got my first 2 at my second location on the first day. So if you don't go now, it's already been a week, you're not going to find him within a month. I think this will be back to being a highly sought-after figure, and maybe one that's just not out there as much as he should be. So that's going to be about it. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first time we've done one of these live reviews. It's the weird angle. We just wanted to see what it was like, but we do lots of toy hunts here on AFJ. You can check out our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We do lots of reviews, but I just couldn't sit on this guy any longer. I was really thrilled to have him open. And do some more waving here. Do some more waving here. And so thank you guys for tuning in. As I said, this little backdrop here that I got was from the Disney store on the Rogue One Force Friday. They hooked me up with this. It has a bunch of cells, a bunch of pictures actually. So as you can see if I can stand him here. The most important one of which is probably this one today. There they are, the boys. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and AFJ for life, and have a good afternoon.